Avoiding Scams by Bonnie Dickson. The digital world is full of knowledge, beauty, and unfortunately scams. Who doesn't love the fact that information is a few clicks away? You can, with very little effort, pick up a hobby, learn a new skill, purchase something completely unique, or discover something amazing or frightening, depending on your personal bent. But of course, you can also be scammed. The Federal Trade Commission, also known as FTC, keeps a data book of scams people report to them. Last year's data book tells us that there were 10 million in scams in 2023, the highest amount ever recorded. 1 in 4 people reported losing money to scams, and email was the #1 contact method for scammers. Email losses averaged $500, and last year there were 358,000 reports of email losses. But avoiding email will not protect you. Phone call losses averaged $1,480. Social media losses accounted for $1.4 billion in total losses. The only real way to avoid being scammed involves being more knowledgeable than the average scammer. Here are some takeaways from the data book. Imposter scams, meaning people pretending to be other people, including your bank's fraud department, the government, your grandson Johnny, who is having an emergency, a tech support person, or a well-known business, have all been actively engaged in separating you from your assets. Recent scams include the retailer Target, which has been hit by online order confirmation scams, text scams, gift card scams, and fake job opportunities. Social security scams in which AI has been particularly useful is stealing Social Security benefits and numbers, and ticket scams for booking a concert, movie, or sporting event. This already seems like a significant number of scams, but be warned, there are more where these came from. Investment scams were the 4th most reported fraud category. The median loss in this category was $7,700. Cryptocurrencies, investment training, real estate, and the related real estate investment training, and precious metals and coins offer opportunities to become successful or rich quickly, with some hot new money-making opportunity. Social media scams accounted for the highest total losses, but scams started with a phone call caused the highest per-person loss. Types of social media scams include quizzes, lotteries, job scams, and yes, there's more. Payment methods accounted for $1.86 billion in losses, with cryptocurrency coming in a close second with $1.41 billion in reported losses. According to AARP, credit or debit cards are rarely accepted by scammers because they are associated with large financial organizations such as MasterCard, Citicorp, or Bank of America, and those organizations will pursue scammers. On the other hand, retailer gift cards, Bitcoin, peer-to-peer apps such as Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App don't offer the same consumer protections as a bank. The same goes for wire transfers, and cash is king. If someone asks you to send them cash, don't do it. The FTC ran an Anatomy of an Imposter Scam blog to help decipher what kinds of behavior to be wary of. You can find their blog series at How to Avoid Imposter Scams Consumer Advice, and that's at ftc.gov. It is scarily thorough. Scams cost people often lots of money. Young people 20 to 29 reported losing money more often than any other age group, but older adults 70 plus lost more money, and the numbers may be lying because young people may be more likely to report losing money. This is one time in which we can learn from the young. Protect yourself, your community, and your loved ones by going to reportfraud.ftc.gov and help law enforcement act. So if someone is going to put so much effort to separate you from your money or your identity, what steps can you take to avoid fraud in the first place? Don't share your verification code. A verification code is part of a 2-part authentication process that works together to prevent people from accessing your data. Both pieces of information are needed to access an account. If you provide them with the verification code, you just provided them the key. If someone asks you for it, hang up, block their number, and report them. If you believe there may be something wrong with an account, do not use a link or the number provided to you. Use the number on your account from a statement or app. Never use a number someone else provides you. Don't provide someone else with information they should already have. Check accounts daily and report unusual activity to your bank. Hang up or do not answer unsolicited, pre-recorded sales calls. If you receive a request for a donation, make sure you know where the money is going. Get the charity's contact information and check out the organization before you give using one or more of the following: BB Wise, Giving Alliance, Charity Navigator, Charity Watch, and GuideStar. Any charity that pressures you to give now, including going to the point of sending a courier, any charity that only accepts cash, gift cards, or wire transfers, any charity that sends you a thank you for a donation you didn't make, any charity that goes by a name similar to a familiar name, any charity that won't provide detailed information, and or a charity that tells you that you must donate to be included in a sweepstakes is not worth your time. Do not fall victim to a fake charity. If you dispute fraudulent bank charges, banks have a set number of days to investigate the claim and will often reimburse you if the investigation proves fraud. The investigation is lengthy, the banks aren't always responsive, and even if you eventually get your money back, you didn't have access to your own funds for months. Fight back. Most scams are about pressure and opportunity. Don't decide based on a belief that you must act now. If something appears too good to be true, count it as suspicious. Avoid situations in which you do not seek the opportunity, or avoid situations in which you did not seek the opportunity. Do your due diligence. If you get scammed, don't get embarrassed. Get mad, get even. Report your experience to the authorities and notify your friends and family so they don't fall for the same scam.